A very warm greeting to all our listeners tuned into All India Radio. I am your host, Neerja Bhatnagar, and over the next 15 minutes, I invite you to pause, step away from the rush of the day, and pull up a chair for a conversation about something that makes life so beautiful. Let me ask you a question. When you think of the word friend, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Is it a face? Is it a specific memory of shared laughter on a rainy afternoon? Or perhaps the recollection of a quiet, reassuring silence when words simply were not enough? We live in an era where we are more connected than ever before. We have hundreds of digital connections, followers, and contacts at the swipe of a thumb. We treat likes as trophies, but today we are talking about something much deeper than a digital notification. We are talking about true companionship, the kind that doesn't require a high speed internet connection, but a high speed heart connection. The kind of friendship that anchors our souls in a turbulent world. Think about how we navigate our days. We have professional personas, family roles, and social expectations. We are constantly performing and constantly keeping up appearances. But a friend is the only person in whose presence you can entirely unpack your bags. Drop the heavy armor of the world and just be yourself. Long before modern writers or filmmakers tried to define this bond, the very definition of friendship was written into the spiritual and cultural fabric of our land. Long before modern cinema, the blueprint of friendship was woven into our culture. We see it first in Krishna and Sudama, the king and the humble devotee. When Sudama brought nothing but a handful of pounded rice to the palace, Krishna ran out barefoot to embrace him. It reminds us that true friendship knows no status. It doesn't count bank balances, it only counts heartbeats. In the Ramayana, we see the alliance of Lord Ram and Sugriv, meeting at their lowest points after losing everything. They pledged their lives to one another before a sacred fire. They fought each other's battles and helped each other win back their kingdoms. It's the ultimate testament that a true friend stands with you in the trenches of life. And finally, the unshakable loyalty of Karna and Duryodhan in Mahabharata shows us that when the world turns its back on you, a true friend stands on your shield, staying loyal until their very last breath. Across eras, our heritage teaches us one single truth. A true friend is your sanctuary in a turbulent world. These ancient narratives remind us that long before we were born, our culture established that a true friend is a shield against the world. As time moved to, our cinema became the modern storyteller of these timeless bonds. While the landscape changed from ancient kingdoms to college campuses, the core value remains the same. Think about Farhan Akhtar's modern classic Dil Chahta Hai. It showed us Akash, Sameer, and Sid, three friends who drift apart under the pressure of adulthood only to realize that their lives are hollow without each other. It taught us that adult friendships might experience silent phases, but true bonds always find their way back home. Then came Three Idiots, which took us into the intense pressure cooker of student life. Rancho, Raju, and Farhan showed us that Real friend doesn't just celebrate your success. They look you in the eyes when you are terrified of failing and say, all is well. They are the ones who decode your unspoken anxieties and push you to follow your true passion, even when the rest of the world demands that you fall in line with the social system. And as we grew older, cinema captured the complexities of adult life through Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. It showed us that sometimes the only people who can help you face your deepest psychological fears and emotional baggage are the friends who have known you for decades. Whether it is the hostel friendship in Chhichhore, where old college friends assemble 20 years later to save a life, or the beautiful sisterhood in Veeradiveda. Modern cinema reminds us that true friends are the ultimate anchors who hold our memories still when life moves too fast. If you look at your own life right now, you will realize that we all have a beautifully curated ecosystem of friends. No single friend can fill every corner of your soul, and that's the beauty of it. First, there is the history keeper. Now, this is the friend who has known you since you had terrible haircuts and zero sense of the world. They knew you before you became successful, before you became a professional or a parent. You can't pretend with them because they know exactly where you come from. They keep you grounded. Then there is philosopher, the one you call late at night, not to gossip, but to talk about life, destiny, books, and the universe. They expand your mind and listen to your deepest thoughts without judgment. And let's not forget that crisis manager friend. If your car breaks down at midnight on a lonely highway, or if you face a sudden family emergency, this is the person whose name flashes on your speed dial. They don't ask, how did this happen? They simply ask, where are you? I'm coming. What all these different friends provide us is a psychological sanctuary. Roman philosopher Cicero once beautifully wrote, friendship increases happiness and reduces misery by doubling our joy and dividing our grief. Think about this phrase, doubling our joy and dividing our grief. When something wonderful happens to you, a breakthrough, a personal victory, a true friend is someone genuinely happy for your success without a single trace of secret envy. And in dividing grief, they are unmatched. In our darkest hours, a true friend is not necessarily the person who fixes your problems. Often they can't fix them. Instead, they are the person who is simply willing to stand in the rain with you. They provide you with the psychological safety, the freedom to take off the mask and be weak, knowing your dignity is entirely safe in their hands. As the years roll by, the way we experience friendship changes beautifully. When we cross the milestones of our 50s and 60s, friendship takes on an even deeper meaning. Many of us find ourselves using modern technology to track down school and college friends we haven't seen in 40 years. And what happens when we reconnect on a WhatsApp group or over a phone call? The grey hair and the wrinkles disappear in an instant. We are immediately transported back to the school playground. It's a beautiful reminder that while our bodies age, the essence of our oldest friendships remain entirely ageless. Furthermore, let us talk about intergenerational friendships, bonds formed between those who have walked the earth for decades and the younger generation in their 20s and 30s. When a senior and a young adult sit down as friends, a magical exchange happens. The seniors offer a steady anchor of lived wisdom, perspective, and a calming reminder that this too shall pass. In return, the younger friend brings a burst of fresh energy, technological curiosity, and a different window into evolving world. These friendships bridge the generational divide, reminding us that human heart speaks the same language no matter the birth year. But my dear listeners, whether your friend is 20 or 80, you must remember a fundamental truth. Friendship is a gift, but it's also a garden. And a garden cannot survive on neglect. You cannot leave a plant in a dark corner without water and sunlight and expect it to bloom year after year. Friendships rarely end with a loud, dramatic argument. More often than not, they simply quiet down and fade away from a sheer lack of care. They die of silence. How do we water this garden then? It requires intentions to care. First, it requires active listening. When your friend calls you, listen to understand, not just to reply. Listen to the tone of their voice, the sigh before they answer. Often, what a friend is not saying is more important than what they are saying. Second, it requires showing up. Send a random text message in the middle of a busy day just to say, hey, I was thinking of you. Hope you are doing okay. That tiny spark can brighten up someone's darkest days. And third, it requires a massive dose of forgiveness. No friend is perfect, no human being is perfect. A lasting, decades long friendship requires a very short memory for offenses and a beautifully long memory for kindness. As we come to the close of our time together today, let's take a moment to honor these unsung heroes of our lives. None of us gets to choose the family we are born into, but friends are the family we choose for ourselves. They are the chosen siblings of our adulthood. They are the keepers of our history, the co-authors of our youth, their reality checks for our middle age, and the ultimate guardians of our sanity. When you turn off your radio set today, I have a small, heartfelt request for you. Don't just let this talk be a fleeting thought that fades into the background noise of your day. Take out your phone. Find that one friend who has been crossing your mind lately. The one you haven't spoken in far too long because life got in the way. Don't wait for a festival, a birthday, or a special occasion to reach out. Do it today, do it right now. Send a simple text, or better yet, dial their number. When they answer, just say, thank you for being in my life. Thank you for walking on this road of life with me. It will take you exactly 30 seconds. But its warmth will echo in their heart for weeks. Thank you so much for sharing your precious time with me. Until we meet again on these beautiful airwaves, take care of yourself, look after your health, and cherish the wonderful minds and hearts that walks beside you in this journey. This is your host, Neerja Bhatnagar, signing off for All India Radio. Have a wonderful, friend-filled days ahead. Namaste.